So, what I want to talk about today is why it's important to mark the things that you've made. And by mark, I mean adding a garment label, adding a tagless tag, adding information or a note card on the back of the quilt, something that says where this came from, who this came from, and some important details that you might forget and would be helpful to you in the future. For me, I've learned that the longer you sew, the harder it is to track projects. We know that handmade items often have no labels unless we decide to put them on there, while commercial clothing and couturier clothing always have labels. So why don't we label what we make? We absolutely should. And again, I don't want to should on anybody. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. If this is not your jam, that's understandable. I do not put labels in everything that I make. However, when I don't, and I don't, and I want to make it again, I sometimes find it a bit difficult. My ability to label my garments has improved over time as the technology has improved, as my own skills have grown and improved. So we're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about how much or how little you might want to do in terms of labeling your garments. But again, this is not about sizing. It's not about size at all. I do not put the size of my garments that I make for myself in there. They're me size. What size are they? Perfect. Right? What I put in instead are things that will help me remember the moment that I'm making this for. Typically, if I'm doing something, it's for especially family outfits. Those are all kind of memorial because I'm interested in remembering, capturing those moments. So here's the thing and why I think it's as important. Sewing as a form of an archive of your life. If you can go through different moments, garments are a good way to mark time. And thinking about the importance of the sewing history that you yourself are creating, the stitching history, thinking about the stitching history that you yourself are making. The stitching history that you are making is valuable. And if you don't mark your makes, your sewing history can disappear while the garment survives. And that's exactly what happened to me because I picked up that garment. I knew I had made it. I'm looking at the fabric. I'm like, I think I made this in 2023. But what was it? And that's just kind of frustrating. So that's why today we're talking about marking your makes, all the ways we can label, tag, sign, and document what we create.